Happy Saturday, foodie friends, grain-free VIPs. My name is Nina Blake. I'm the grain-free lifestyle coach, and welcome to today's Slice of the Grain-Free Lifestyle episode. I'm so glad you're here. Today's topic is how to eat like normal. And as you are coming on and being notified that I am live here, I would love it if you could please say hello in the chat so that I can reach out and thank you for being here with me. Also, if you are catching the replay, could you please like, subscribe, and share so that I can stay in touch with you. It means a lot that you help me spread the word because that's what we all want. We all want a grain-free lifestyle without grains, without the allergens that are wreaking havoc on our body so that we can eat like normal. Your journey to a delicious, grain-free, allergy-friendly lifestyle starts now. Okay. In today's Slice of the Grain-Free Lifestyle episode, we're going to break it down. We're going to cover 4 topics. First, what does it mean to eat like normal? Because it's different for everybody. Then, finding recipes that you can just go with, right? You look at the recipe, this meets my needs, and you go, right? Learning techniques that you can use to help your grain-free, allergy-friendly cooking have the appearance, flavor, and texture of a typical food, the food that you're craving, right? And then the very last thing we're going to cover is learning to break recipes so that you can take your family recipes and add them back to your table without grains and the allergens that you're avoiding, because that is the dream. And if we haven't met yet, my name is Nina Blake. I help families avoid grains and allergens so that they can enjoy meals together and live their best lives. And no, I'm not talking about grilled chicken and veggies. Yes, healthy proteins and healthy vegetables are of course a part of our grain-free menu, but we really want to eat like normal. Now, my first question is, what does normal mean to you? And if you are watching this live with me, could you just tell me in the chat, what does it mean for you to eat like normal? For me, my normal includes foods that I am always drooling over, the foods that I would order in a restaurant. Sometimes that's pizza, sometimes that's a cookie at a bakery, stuffed chicken thighs wrapped in bacon, pasta dishes, lasagna with a nice mozzarella, because I want to be able to have all the foods that I ate growing up, especially on the holidays with turkey and stuffing and gravy. That's what this is all about. That's what normal means to me. And of course, my Christmas Eve. Now, if you know anything about Italian Christmas Eve, it's the Feast of the Seven Fishes. Well, that's a problem when you can't have any grains, right? But thanks to my amazing family who supported me as we worked together to use grain-free bread to make stuffing for our fish, for our shrimp and our squid. We were actually able to do that. We took our whole Christmas Eve Feast of the Seven Fishes and we broke those recipes. And so now we can have a completely normal Christmas Eve that everybody can share together. And it's over the moon because nobody is missing out. Sometimes there are different versions, but that's okay. We're all sharing a meal together and we all get to have our Christmas, our holiday together, and it's beautiful. So that's what my normal looks like. There are soups, there are cookies, there's calzones, there's lots of cheese. And of course, let me explain the allergens that I have to avoid in my home. I avoid apples, almonds, bananas, beef, blueberries, cassava, corn, dairy, eggs, all grains, peas, pork, potatoes, soy, pineapple, oranges, sweet potato, sunflower, benzoic acid, palm oil, and active yeast. Now that's a big list, and I don't want you to be like, oh, forget it, I'm not doing that. No, I'm talking about you living your best life, eating your version of normal, only using foods that are safe for you. And that's the dream, right? So first, visualize, dream your normal. What is that going to look like? The next thing is find recipes. Sometimes they're easily available, and other times if you're in my situation, you're going like, yeah, there aren't a whole lot, but there's got to be something. There's got to be a recipe that's ready to go on a quick night, whether it's my fast mac and cheese for you or something like just grilled chicken and veggies. There's got to be something that you can have, okay? And enjoy those recipes, right? Sometimes they're recipes that you can already have. Maybe just steamed broccoli is a side dish that's been a staple in your family. Okay, that's part of your normal. What about the cheese sauce that everybody loves on it? Now, one or two people can't have dairy. Do you give that up forever? Do you let them miss out? That's not what family is, right? Family members support each other. And so how can you add that cheese sauce that everybody can share? Okay, there's a couple different ways we can do that. We can find a recipe that already exists for a cheese sauce that everybody can have. And I do have a cheese sauce recipe. So if you would like my cheese sauce recipe, please put cheese sauce in the comments. So you want to find recipes which meet your needs, right? We're talking about learning to live like normal despite the grains and the allergens that you're avoiding. And if you're like, Nina, that can't be done, why don't we hop on a call at a mutually convenient time so that we can talk about how I can support you? Because even if your allergies are as exhaustive as mine, I'm convinced that there is a way for you to do that, okay? So use my calendar link, get your name on my calendar, and we'll talk more about that. So far we've said, if you want to eat like normal, you got to start by listing your normal so you can visualize it, you can dream it, you can taste it. Okay. The next thing you're going to want to do is find recipes which meet your demand, right? And then you're going to want to learn techniques. Well, what do I mean by techniques? I mean, sometimes there are recipes that don't meet your dietary needs, but with a swap of an ingredient and a technique, you can get to eating like normal again. How? So let's look at the ketchup recipe that I recently released. So good. It's a great ketchup recipe. Ketchup often includes cornstarch, vinegar, right? Corn syrup. Can't use those. Those are all grain-based. So what technique did we use? Well, technique that I used there was I added sugar and replaced the corn syrup. And if you're like, how is that technique, Nina? That's an ingredient. The technique was to create a syrup by adding a little bit more water so that the recipe would have the texture as if it was made with corn syrup without using it. So taking the time to add the additional water and to let the sugar create a syrup, right? So that it looks like a ketchup, it tastes like a ketchup, and it doesn't have any other nasty grains. Because grains wreak havoc on our body and we don't want that, okay? Right? So learning techniques like how to replace corn syrup, how to replace eggs, how to replace all-purpose flour, and still have your recipe have the look, flavor, and texture. Texture is the way it feels in your mouth. You know, if you've ever had a bread that kind of would make an excellent roof shingle, you know what texture is. Big difference, right? And so that's what we mean when we're talking about texture. Now, my very, very last tip, and this is the one where like it unlocks your entire world, is learning to break recipes. And this is what I teach my VIPs to do in our coaching sessions and in my programs and cooking classes. When you learn to break recipes, you take a recipe that you loved. Let's just say it's your grandmother's chocolate chip cookie recipe. And of course your grandmother's chocolate chip cookie recipe was the best. Well, what was it about her cookie recipe that made it the best? When you've made it before with ingredients that were safe for you, what were the results? Okay, we'll look at what the results are. And then we're gonna work backwards to say, how do you want them to come out? Do you want them fluffier? Do you want them more moist? Do you want them crunchier? Okay, do you want them crunchy on the outside, but to have a little bit of a chewy inside simultaneously? So breaking a recipe is where we combine using ingredients that are safe for us with techniques that we know will give us the appearance, flavor, and texture of the food for a traditional food, right? And we're adding it to our table. And so when we break a recipe, if you've tried my breads, if you've tried my casseroles, if you've seen my donuts, let me show you. If you haven't seen them, I'm going to show you right now because I've been enjoying these donuts for almost a month and they are amazing. If you want to learn more about the donuts, just put donuts in the comments and I will share them with you. Let me get a plate. Okay. I'll show you up close. This is a glazed chocolate donut. The glazed recipe will be coming soon. I just need to test it one more time. So this recipe is my chocolate donut recipe. Now these are lectin-free. There's no gluten, there's no grain, there's no dairy, there's no egg, there's no soy, no corn, no almond, no cashew, no peanut, no sesame, no nightshade, and no lectin in these. And they look like donuts and they taste like donuts because they are donuts. And this is what I mean when I say we break a recipe. We take the food that we don't have a recipe for right now and we recreate that recipe. We break the recipe, break it down to the ingredients, and then we use techniques and safe ingredients to make it part of our menu in a way that we don't know we're missing out. Okay, now I have something very, very special for you. If you're watching up until now, I'm so glad you've decided to stay with me because I want you to get this amazing chocolate donut recipe, but not just this chocolate donut recipe. I'm so excited to announce that right now, I am accepting 5 more clients for my signature program, Grain-Free Fast Track. That is the program. That includes 13 cooking classes, 3 breakfasts, 3 lunches, 3 dinners, and 3 bonus classes, including my white pizza class, how to make dairy-free mozzarella, and all of these recipes have no gluten, no grain, no dairy, no egg, no soy, no corn, no almond, no cashew, no peanut, no sesame. Most are nightshade-free. The basics of grain-free bread making and all my exclusive recipes, plus 6 coaching sessions to teach you what are grains, what are the grain-based ingredients, where do they hide, how to evaluate a recipe that you've made to get the results that you're looking for, and how to break a recipe. So I have 5 spots in this program. And of course, comes with the donut recipe. So if you'd like to know more about this, could you please put fast track in the comments? And before I sign off today, let's just go over how to eat like normal, because that's really what we're going for. We're going for meals that we can share with our family, right? First, you've got to define your normal lifestyle that you are going for. What's it going to look like? Mine has pizza, cakes, cookies, breads, pies, casseroles, quick meals, and it's got to have mac and cheese. Yours might be different. Yours might be focused on tacos. You might be like some of my VIPs who have added pierogies back to their menu, who have added chicken fried steak back to their menu, or who have broken the recipe for cornbread dressing, completely corn-free. This is what your normal is, and this is what is worth working for. Okay, so you want to define your normal. Find recipes that are ready to go based on your individual dietary needs of you and your family, right? Learn the techniques to make those grain-free, allergy-friendly ingredients behave like normal, giving you the appearance, flavor, and texture that you're dreaming of. And last, you want to break the recipe. You want to learn to break the recipe, so you're going to take those techniques, right, and the ingredients that are safe and explode your menu by adding the foods that have been part of your childhood, part of your family celebrations forever, back to your table without grains and the allergens you're avoiding. And this is what I'm going to teach you to do in Grain-Free Fast Track. So I've got 5 spots. Drop Fast Track below or get your name on my calendar. We'll hop on a call and talk about how I can support you. Okay, folks, have an amazing Saturday. I love you. I believe in you. The possibilities are endless when we break a recipe.